because now it's time to make our dessert pizza. So we have Mel rolled out our cookie crust.
Yeah, this looks so good. I was actually eating some before. I love eating raw cookie dough. So, Tamara, what did you put in this sugar cookie dough?
Okay, so for this recipe, we're using just a basic sugar cookie recipe. I use 3 cups of flour, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup butter, some vanilla and baking powder, and an egg. So pretty simple ingredients, not that difficult, but you can always use a mixed cookie dough or just like your normal slice and bake refrigerated cookie dough mix. Whatever you want, you can use any type of cookie dough you want. Chocolate chip, peanut butter, whatever you feel like.
Yeah, and if you're a vegan, they make substitutes for butter too. So even if you're a vegan, you can make this recipe as well. Really, really easy.
Exactly.
Great. So I just rolled out this dough that Tamara had made, and I just put a little crust around it. Basically, you just want to fold up around, get your thumbs in there. It looks a little bit more homemade if you have some fingerprints in it. So yeah, it looks exactly like just the pizzas that we made before. So we preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I'm just gonna pop it in there.
Yes. So we need to let the cookie dough crust cook for about 6 minutes. You have to keep an eye on it. It'll vary depending on your oven and your cookie dough. So you just want to cook it about halfway before you put the toppings on.
Yeah, because we want some of this. We have some chocolate. We want that to get all melted together too. So we don't want to then have the cookie get overcooked. Who wants that?
Not
I like soft cookies.
There's a lot of freedom with this kind of pizza because you can use so many different toppings or different kind of bases. So you could even use you could use a brownie and use a kind of pie tin. There's so many things that you could do as the crust and then as toppings.
Yeah, use your imagination. You can use we're using chocolate chips for the sauce, but you could use peanut butter. You could use frosting.
You could
Nutella.
use fruit on top or make like an apple cinnamon pizza, whatever.
So we're just using our favorite candies for our toppings today. We have some peanut butter cups, some M&Ms, and some Oreos.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a handful of each. This is about 3/4 cup of M&Ms and a package, like a 12-ounce package of chocolate chips here, and just some cookies. You can just kind of see if you decide when you're looking at your pizza that you need more chocolate, then add more chocolate.
Definitely add more chocolate.
More the better. Okay. So for the Oreos, we want some bigger chunks along the pizza. So I'm gonna chop some Oreos right here.
Yeah, that kind of takes a while. So we also kind of want some smaller, desired Oreo pieces. So we just kind of threw some in a baggie and we're just gonna crush them a little easier.
Yeah. So just make this nice and chunky.
Yeah, this is definitely a college cookie meal. If you're really angry about tests, you're really pissed at a teacher, you're mad at your boyfriend, you're mad at your friends, throw some Oreos in a bag. Could stomp on it. Make this pizza. But seriously, I think this is such a good idea because, the pizzas are great, but I know that whenever I'm done eating pizza, in the middle of the night, if I order pizza really late, I always want something sweet afterwards. And this is just, pizza and then pizza for dessert. What could be better than that?
I agree. So, again, we're just going to chop up the Reese's into, fourths, I'd say.
Yeah, here, I'll help you chop this up.
Thank you.
You know what's really great about, the candy industry now, too, is that when I was shopping with you guys to get all this candy, I noticed that they make so many kinds of vegan chocolate now because not only are a lot of people becoming vegans and vegetarians now, but a lot of people are lactose intolerant. So there's so many different kinds of candies and chocolate out there for people who can't have dairy and for people who just choose not to have dairy. So, if you're a vegan, if you're anything, as they said before, you can experiment with this cookie just as with the pizza before. Yeah. And, tailor it to your tastes, your eating preferences.
Yeah, dessert should never be off limits.
So guys, what's your favorite candy?
Reese's.
Yeah, that's a really hard question.
I don't know what my favorite candy is. You know what I really like on Valentine's Day boxed chocolates. Oh my god, those are my favorite. And the toffee, the dark chocolate with the toffee inside. That would be so good on pizza.
That would be good.
Let's say it's Valentine's Day and you had tons of chocolate and you have leftover, right? All you would have to do is just dump your chocolate out onto the cutting board and chop it through with the cookie dough. That'd be so good with all the caramel and sometimes they have tutti frutti on the inside and all this different kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, that would be really good. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for Valentine's Day though. Maybe another episode we'll do a new pizza cookie. Yeah, so that's really great.
Maybe we should
take
a look at our
check on the
pizza.
Let's see. All right, that looks good. You want to make sure that it's not cooked too much, just because We don't want it to burn, and we need time for the chocolate to all melt and make a nice little sauce.
Yum.
All right, so
great.
now's the good part.
Cook it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Perfect.
it's slightly firm, but not too firm. All right, so I guess we can just
Yeah, we're
pile
gonna
on
have
the chocolate
A
chips.
layer of chocolate chips first.
Yes, be very generous with the chocolate or whatever you're using.
Yeah, you could mix peanut butter chocolate chips or butterscotch, or even if you wanted to do white chocolate chips.
Oh my gosh, I love white chocolate
I
chips.
know.
So they're so good. And you
Yeah.
know what's also really good about having the cookie in the oven first? Now that we put the chocolate on top of it and it's been sitting in the oven on 350, the chocolate's starting to melt already. And like you guys said before that this is a sauce, it really does act like a sauce because it's starting to melt already.
I'm gonna dump the rest.
That's great. Oh my
And
gosh.
then also the crust.
Perfect.
I mean, guys, midterms are coming up. This is the perfect way to just let it all out with some chocolate. This looks great. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so now we're gonna do our candies.
All right, this is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be like the tallest pizza ever.
Yes. Hopefully we can fit all
No
of our
complaints
deliciousness.
here.
Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is so good. I mean, if you want to be healthy, like Caroline said before, you could add fruit to this, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, we were
I wouldn't
healthy enough
suggest it.
with our whole
I
wheat
think this is
pizza.
really good. Yeah, exactly. We were healthy enough with our whole wheat pizza and the salad on top, so now's the time.
I really don't know if we're gonna be able to fit everything.
I
It's gonna be
think
a
we will.
challenge. All
Oh
right,
my
Caroline's
gosh.
nice.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what?
Perfectly crumbled. Like,
We have the crust up a little bit, so that's kind of like holding
Yeah.
everything together. So that's a really, really important tip. When you're making this pizza, make sure to make a really, really good crust so that everything stays on the inside. This is perfect.
Do be careful when you're stomping your Oreos, not to puncture the bag, as
Oh yeah.
I may or may not have done.
take off your stilettos.
Yeah, ladies, no heels when you're stomping.
Who wants
on
to do
your
the
Oreos.
M&Ms?
Yeah, I'll do it. Great.
And
And
then
the colorful finish.
Yeah, so put those right on top.
That looks so great. I love. You know, what'd be also good in this, if you don't have peanut butter cups on hand, you could also use peanut M&M, not the ones with the peanuts, but the ones with like the peanut butter inside or the Reese's Pieces.
That'd be good.
That would be so
Yeah,
good.
just
on
use
this.
like whatever you have in
Yeah.
your kitchen.
Anything. Who doesn't have candy in their room, in their dorm room?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you can just chop up all kinds of things like Twix or Snickers or whatever.
Oh,
That is the most beautiful thing I've ever
I
seen. I
know.
think.
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
could
I
pretty
don't
much
wanna wait
buy
for it to
this all
cook.
from your vending machine downstairs.
That's
So-
true. Yeah. So okay, we're gonna pop this back in the oven again, 350. How much more time would you say it needs?
I'd say
Probably
about
4 minutes.
4 minutes. So the whole thing probably takes about 8-10 minutes to cook. So again, like they said, varies on their on your sugar cookie recipe. So we're gonna pop this pizza back in the oven, and when we get back, we're gonna try this dessert pizza. I can't wait.
me neither.
Welcome back. We've been making dessert pizza with sugar cookie crust and all kinds of candy and chocolate on top. And Mel's slicing it up now.
We had it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes before we put the toppings on. And then we had it in for about 12 to 15 minutes after that to let everything cook and melt together. And then just make sure once it's done, keep an eye on it as it's cooking. And then once it's done, just let it cool and eat up.
Yeah, so it can harden a little bit.
Take a look at this. It's just dripping.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good.
This is insane.
This is great. So, I mean, this has been a really productive day. We made 2 savory pizzas, 1 margarita and 1 Mediterranean. And now we're finishing off with dessert pizza. This is a great meal to bring to parties, to share with friends, or eat whenever. If you want more information on this episode or other episodes, be sure to check us out at www.auatv.com or check out the Veggie Bites Facebook group. We'll see you next time on Veggie Bites. I need to try this.